Hey, I'm Genna. Well, I grew up in a Catholic home. We really only went to church occasionally. It would be like Christmas and Easter were mandatory, but the rest of the times were just if we were feeling that Sunday was free or not. But even though we wouldn't go as often, my parents still always instilled kindness and compassion in my heart. So when I went off to high school, a few months in, I met a boy who was a little bit older than me. So the fact that he noticed me, I just was mesmerized by it. I had not received attention like that from a boy before, so I just totally fell into his trap. He started to be a little bit more physically and emotionally abusive. He would kind of tear me down as a person, say mean things about me and my body, and that just ate me alive. So the first man that I had ever loved outside of my dad essentially broke me at a young age. Pre this boyfriend, I was just the happiest kid. I became much more insecure. I was very critical of my body. I was always trying to be perfect in everything that I did. So my freshman year at Platteville, I started to find my identity again. I was in a dorm with some really great women who were super fun to hang out with. I didn't care to hang out with him. I wanted to hang out with my new friends instead. And so I just really didn't have time for this boyfriend anymore. And so I ended up breaking up with him. I went into the semester ready with my head on my shoulders, ready to conquer accounting. And I sat down in the front row and I noticed this boy. I was like, gosh, he's really cute. And he was wearing like all this Platteville football stuff. And his name was Alex Marsh. We spent all this time together. And he was unlike any other man I'd ever met. He was kind and caring and would ask me about me. He was always intentional and made me feel like the biggest queen in the world. About 6 months into our relationship, things started to get a little dicey because he was a Christian and I was not. He had been going to this Christian fellowship. He invited me to come along. And the first instinct was like, no, I want nothing to do with that. I don't want to go, but he's really cute and nice, so I should just suck it up and do it because he wants me to. He introduced me to a few women that were there, and one of them, it just seemed like she was really invested in me right away. There was one specific time where we had this gig before our university large group. And in the gig, she had asked me, like, what are your reservations? Like, what's holding you back from just accepting Christ? And I told her, I was like, I just need confirmation that he's real. We prayed about that. And then later in that group meeting, the message that they were talking about was directly related to what we had just talked about in our gig. So I was like, okay, he's real. But that still wasn't quite enough for me for some reason. Another one of the girls that I had met through university, she had been inviting me to this conference that they did every fall. And it was November 3rd of 2012. And this person was speaking. At the end of his message, he said, if anybody wants to accept Christ, just stand up. And I'm like, I'm in the front row, like I don't want to stand up. All these people are gonna be staring at me. I just felt all these eyes on my back. And so I said to my friend, what should I do? And she said, listen to your heart. And I just felt like I was raised out of my chair. And obviously I started bawling immediately and all these people came and were hugging me, the strangers that I didn't even know. The guy came off the stage and gave me a hug. And it was just so surreal. Everyone just kept saying, happy birthday, happy birthday. And I was like, I don't understand what that means, but I'm so excited that this has this has happened. So I just went back to Platteville completely on fire for God. And I had called Alex and I said, you need to come over. I have something to tell you. And I told him that I had accepted Christ, and he just welled with tears. And he's not a big man of emotion, so seeing him get emotional about that was something that was really important to me, because I knew that he had been praying for that as well.